And we're back. No intro here, guys and gals. We're going to dive straight into the second half of the first chapter of the Long Hunt. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's pick up exactly where our hunters left off, a brand new round. Our hunters draw their starting cards and we get back to exploring the streets of Yharnam. Now I'm thinking it's probably best to leave the southern part of the map to the monsters that now inhabit it. And while we could head back down to Farmland for resources, it might just be best to push on in search of new events and missions. We're going to activate Ludwig, who's just returned from the Hunter's Dream, and we will discard a card to get moving. We're going to explore to the west. We draw our tile, and we've finally reached the courtyard lamp. Our hunter moves 1, 2, and we resolve the effects on our chapter card. End a move on the courtyard lamp tile, we reveal card 5. And here we have our first insight mission. We reveal card 6 and surround the courtyard with fog gates. Here we're going to spawn a hunter mob that we'll need to kill to complete the mission. We spawn our fog gates, the hunter mob, and because this location is now enclosed by fog gates, we break the current lantern, meaning no hunters can teleport in until this mission has been dealt with. Now, fog gates kind of isolate the tile from what's going on in the outside world. Hunters can still pass through them, but monsters cannot, so you can't lead monsters out or encourage new ones to come in. You kind of just have to deal with what's inside the tile. Card number 6 that we're instructed to reveal tells us to place 1 insight token on this card. When the hunter mob would be slain, we instead remove the token and heal it for all damage. Basically, we're going to have to kill this guy twice. We place our insight token and we are good to go. Let's go ahead and attack. Now we are in such a good position here because there is only 1 card left in the enemy's action deck, which means we know exactly what we've got here. Guys and gals, it's a basic attack, unless I've done my maths wrong. Knowing that, we know our hunter's going to come at us with a medium speed basic attack. This guy's got 4 hit points. We've got an attack that does 4 damage. Let's try and take him out. And I think we can in combination with our newly refreshed firearm. So we'll place out draw 1 power card with the overhead slam and we resolve. We draw the top card from the enemy action deck and guys and gals, basic attack, nailing it. Here we'll flip our firearm card, staggering the enemy and preventing its attack, and then we move on through to the damage dealing. We deal 4 damage to the mob, getting rid of its first life, and we draw a new card from the deck, leaving us with 2 cards left. Now we could go ahead and attack again and again, but I'm thinking we best leave this kill for the Saw Cleaver Hunter because they're still only on 1 Blood Echo. Let's exit the tile, 1, 2, and head to the north, revealing the ransacked house. Amazing. We set up the tile, and then we have to make a decision. Do we stay in the ransacked house, starting our next mission for the scenario? Noting here that if we do, we're going to incur the wrath of 2 pretty difficult monsters, especially when we'll have no cards left in our hand. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a bad idea, so we're going to bail. Here, there's no pursuit because the monsters weren't in our space. Our hunter's turn is over, and now we activate all monsters. Over here, our Scourge Beast and Hunter's Minion will move 1 space closer, but while the hunter's mob over here is within the tile distance, it won't move because of the fog gates. It's now the Saw Cleaver Hunter's turn, and while I would really love to go in there and finish off that hunter mob, I think we've got some other problems to deal with. Something wicked this way comes. Alright, so let's be as smart as we can here. I think the only monster we're going to be able to kill first off is the Scourge Beast, so let's deal with him. We're first going to use the pebble to move our target to a more desirable location, the Odin Chapel. Discarding the card, we may move 1 enemy within 2 spaces up to 2 spaces. Scourge Beast is only 1 away, so we're going to take him and we're going to go 1, 2, moving him into the Odin Chapel. Next, we'll discard a card to move, and we're just going to chase him in. And it's here we'll make our stand. Our attack will be a slash And our monster, now with the deck exhausted, is going to be, well, pretty random for us. So he'll be countering our slash attack with a basic attack of his own. Now, the Scourge Beast's basic attack is a quick swipe. It's going to deal 2 damage unless we can dodge. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a card that has dodge on it. So we're going to have to cop the damage here. 2 points of damage. Ouch. Good news for us though, we're going to be able to do a total of 3 damage to him in return. Even better news, we're now going to be able to kill him, sending a hunter's knife his way. 1 more point of damage, the Scourge Beast is dead. And we gain our second Blood Echo. Now, if we stick around on this tile, we're going to encourage the other monsters to start moving towards us, so we don't really want to do that. Good news is we have 1 card left, which we can kind of use to get out of there back into the central lamp tile. We'll move 1 and 2, keeping out of harm's way. Our hunter's turn now over, enemies will activate. Here, the huntsman's minion is the only enemy within range, so he's first going to take a move, and then if he's in the same space as its target hunter, he will attack. But because he's not actually going to attack, and this is kind of weird for me after playing Kingdom Death and all those games where, bad stuff happens all the time. I half expect the huntsman's minion to attack Ludwig's Holy Blade, but no, he does not. So with that, the round is now over, and the hunter's mark advances 1 stage. Our hunters draw up, and we begin a new round. Let's begin with Ludwig's Holy Blade, and let's get attacking. We'll throw in our rapid attack here with the combo slash, locking in our attack, and then we draw the next card from the enemy deck, being a special, an overhead slam, and this one is going to hit. Oh no! The overhead slam is slow, so our attack's going to go off first, which might be all we need here. All right, check this out. We deal our 2 damage to the monster, and then we draw 1 and clear the slot. Drawn a new basic attack, clear the slot. Now, unlike its other form, we don't actually get to do any more damage, but we have freed up a slot for a potential dodge. The overhead slam now resolves. It cannot be staggered and deals damage to hunters in the same space, but we can actually dodge this one, and now that we have a free space, we can play our dodge card, preventing any damage. Such a good combo. Now, after attacking with the combo slash, we may transform the weapon for free, so we'll go ahead and discard the cards that we'd played and continue on. I'm thinking we go for another attack. We only need to deal 3 points of damage here to get rid of him. I'm thinking we go Bloodthirsty. We'll place this in a slash, and we pull the next enemy card, which is going to be another special, but guys and gals, we're going to kill him before it even goes off. 2 damage plus 1. That's 5, and we get the kill. We draw 1, we don't need to heal, and because of our kill, we get ourselves another Blood Echo. Continuing along, we're going to use our last card to move, getting all the way up to the end of the ransacked house, so next turn we can gain more consumable items. For our Sword Cleaver, we're not going to do anything too rash right now. We'll sort of prepare for the fight ahead. So we're going to go ahead and move 1, 2, and then with our other 2 cards, we're going to refresh our Hunter Pistol. This way, we're not going to be caught out in the slew of basic attacks that are coming our way. Last but not least, we're going to discard our last card in order to transform our Sword Cleaver, because I'm thinking we're going to need a fair few attacks. No monster activation, the marker moves, our hunters draw up, and let's start killing. We first move the Sword Cleaver into the courtyard, and then we get attacking. We lock in our first attack, a quick cut, which only deals 1 damage, but because it has stagger, it will also deal a 2nd point of damage. We pull our enemy activation card for a basic attack, which is actually a medium speed attack. Our attack goes off first, dealing 2 points of damage, and the stagger, because this attack is quicker than the enemy's attack, will take effect, preventing it from being resolved. Now, we've got 1 more card in hand to play, so let's go ahead and do the exact same thing, because I'm pretty sure another basic attack is on the way. Again, the hunter mob is not going to be able to hit us, and that last 2 points of damage, bam, will be enough to take him out. Our insight mission is now complete, so we remove the fog gates and restore the lantern, and we now read card number 7. We may now distribute the hand lantern reward and the Ludwig's rifle firearm amongst the hunters. Now, the hand lantern is just a free teleport that can be expended, which is kind of cool. Ludwig's rifle, on the other hand, is pretty interesting. When an enemy moves into your space, deal 2 damage to that enemy. That could be enough to kill after a bit of an attack and run. But question is it better than our current hunter's pistol? And it really depends on the circumstances. I'm going to give the hand lantern to our Ludwig hunter, and the rifle, well, I think I'm just going to put it in the supply because I'm really liking how our hunter's pistols are working this round. Either way though, 2 very cool rewards. Speaking of rewards, of course, that kill nets our hunter their 3rd blood echo, which means next turn they're probably going to head off to the dream. Now, moving back along to Ludwig's Holy Blade, well, I actually forgot to begin our next event. End a move on the ransacked house tile, reveal card 12. So let's go ahead and do that now. It's another insight mission, so we are just that 1 step closer to finishing off our chapter. This one is Rescue. Place 1 survivor token on the ransacked house space, and then if we interact with the survivor token, we reveal card 13. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we'll get into our activation. And I think we're going to begin with an interaction action. So I'm going to discard a card. And with this, we get to interact with all of the interactables on the space. Firstly, 2 consumables, a lead elixir, which allows us to block, and a reckoning bell, which teleports other hunters to our space. Pretty good combo. Finalizing our interaction action though, we get to interact with the survivor. Here, we have to move the survivor token 4 spaces away. In this, we may reveal new tiles, and then at the end of the turn, she moves 1 space away from the nearest hunter. This is going to be pretty easy, I think. 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she's going to move 1 space away, and let's just push her back into the central lamp tile. We can complete this mission by ending a move on the space with the survivor. So we may as well use our last 2 actions to do just that. 1, 2, our 3rd move, we are landing on the survivor. We now reveal card 14. And we're given a choice. We can either strike the girl down, revealing card 15, or spare her and order her to flee, revealing card 16. I don't want to be too brutal right now, guys and gals, so I'm thinking we spare her. And we have a moment of mercy. The hunter that completed this mission gains 1 consumable and the Carol rune eye reward. Fantastic. Our consumable is an antidote, allowing us to remove poison should we encounter it. Not so useful just yet, but the eye. On the hunter's turn, they may discard 1 card from their hand to return 1 card from the discard. Very cool and useful, as our Ludwig's hunter is the one with the upgraded cards at this point. We remove the survivor from the board and we head into the next round. The hunt track advances and off we go again. Now the Saw Cleaver hunter, they've got a full stack of blood echoes, so I could take them, but I think I just want to quickly see what is north above the courtyard. We discard a card and move 1, revealing the next tile, which is the occupied house. Oh boy. And this is going to spawn a Scourge Beast. Look, we're going to try and get 1 attack in, but this attack is not designed to kill, but it's an attack simply aimed at weakening the enemy for Ludwig. We play our slash and reveal the enemy's next attack. It's their ability. Here we resolve Feral Rage. We flip another enemy action, and Scourge Beast's next attack gains +1 damage and stagger. We shuffle up and resolve a basic attack. Their attack's resolved first, but we use the hunter's pistol to stagger, and we land 2 damage. Having now done precisely what we intended to do, we'll use our last action card to teleport off to the hunter's dream. You know what? If I did that, we would have to respawn all the enemies now. I would much prefer Ludwig's getting a kill before that time, so instead we're going to lure the Scourge Beast into the courtyard. We're going to go 1, 2, luring him in, and that will be the end of our hunter's turn. The monster then reacts and chases him in, and now gets an attack for which we have no defense. Not only have we run out of cards, but our attack slots are totally full. The enemy attacks with a basic attack. 3 speed against our no attack, we receive 2 damage. Into Ludwig's turn, we move and we attack. We're going to use our quick stab in an attempt to avoid as much damage as possible here. The enemy responds with a special. Perfect. The Scourge Beast's combo slash is too slow for us. We get our 1 damage, we clear the slot, and we deal a 2nd point, enough to make the kill. Another Blood Echo, just in time before the monsters heal and respawn. Now I would really like to play another action so we can get to the occupied house, beginning the 3rd available event, but I just don't think it's possible, so I think I'm going to call the turn there. Maybe I'll just use the action to move that 1 point forward so I can hit it in the next turn. No monsters to activate, the mark moves on, and all the monsters and consumables respawn. Our hunters draw up and we begin a new round. Now, as our Saw Hunter only has 2 hit points left, and the nearby Scourge Beast does a minimum of 2 damage with his attacks, I think we're going to bail off to the Hunter's Dream. I discard a card, and off he goes. We drop off 3 Blood Echoes, allowing us to gain 3 upgraded cards. Stagger cards work best with the Saw Cleaver here, so I'm going to grab a Cheap Shot, an Unyielding, and look, I think Rallying is pretty cool for the heal. Of course, we advance the mark 1 space, we sort our personal Hunter's deck, and next turn we'll resolve straight back into the fray. For now though, we move on to Ludwig's turn. We're going to head for the occupied house. We'll discard a card to move. Straight through the Scourge Beast we go, and in doing so we encourage him to come with us. Meeting the requirements for the last of our events, we're going to go ahead and reveal card number 8. An insight mission called Safe Haven. Place 1 survivor token on the occupied house space. Any hunter may pick up the token when they move out of that space. The token is returned to the occupied space if the hunter teleports or goes to the dream. Okay, but what does that mean? If we take the survivor token all the way to Odin Chapel, we reveal the next event. That is kind of fun. So we place the survivor. For now though, we should probably try and deal with this Scourge Beast. Let's go the quick stab, and we withdraw our next enemy action, a special. Ooh, this is a doozy. The combo slash. Now this is a medium speed attack, ours is quicker, so we're going to go first. Here we're going to deal a total of 2 damage because we're going to clear the slot in just a sec. Not only that though, we get to draw a card. We next resolve the combo slash. Even if this attack is dodged or staggered, the hunter must dodge or suffer 2 additional damage. So this is potentially 4 damage here. Not that I want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and discard our newly gained card and just cop the 2 damage to the chin. That one resolved, we're going to go for another quick stab for what should be the final 2 hits. We draw up a basic attack. Now his basic is quick, so we're going to resolve both attacks simultaneously. Ours deals 2 damage, his deals 2 damage, and we get to clear our slot again. Now while his 2 damage leaves us pretty weak but not dead, our 2 damage kills him. Another Blood Echo, bringing us back up to our max 3. We end our turn, and a new round begins. We advance the mark, our Saw Hunter returns, everyone draws up, and we're good to go. Now, considering we're sort of pushed for time, and I would really like to finish off this last mission to snag some rewards for the next chapter, I'm thinking we're going to cash in all of our drawn cards as Ludwig to run all the way down to Odin Chapel so we can drop off the survivor. All 3 give us 6 points of movement, and that should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We end our move on the Odin Chapel tile. We've brought the survivor with us, and we have the next part of our mission. We're going to reveal card 10. Oh no. We surround the Odin Chapel with fog gates, spawn a Scourge Beast on its lantern, and it is immune to the effect of the Odin Chapel. We're going to need to slay this beast. And what's worse, it's ferocious. We're going to place 1 insight token on this card. Again, we're going to have to kill him twice, but we're also replacing his special attack with something called Blood Frenzy. This is not good. We place our fog gates, add the Scourge, And I think it's time to bail. Yes, we've used all of our action cards, but we do have our hand lantern reward. So we're going to flip that, using it to teleport to any lantern space, and that's going to be the safety net that is our Saw Hunter's location. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, we're going to get a little bit tricky. We'll start with the beckoning bell, which is going to teleport one other hunter to our space, and then we'll use the hand lantern. With Ludwig all transported out, we move into the Saw Cleaver's turn. Let's see if we can't take this beast down a peg. We're going to move into his space and attack. Hoping for a kill, we're going to put to use our heavy carve, and we draw our next enemy action. Here we go. It's their special. Oh no. This is a quick attack that's going to deal 2 damage, plus 2 more if the beast already has damage on it. He doesn't, so we're okay. It has other effects, but they only come into play if the beast is slain when this happens, so it's not the worst position. We take 2 damage, and we deal 4 back, and that's enough to take him down to 1 life. Now we're going to leave our turn there with a stagger card in hand, because now it's the monster's activation and he's going to attack us back. I'm going to go in for the slash, knowing that I'm not going to be able to make the stagger. We draw the next card and we have a basic attack. Lovely. So we're going to use our hunter's pistol to stagger actually, which is kind of cool. And we're going to get to do 2 damage to it. 2 more and he's gone. New round, we advance the mark. And let's return to our Saw Hunter straight into combat. Now, we're certainly not in a great position here to be fighting, but we've drawn pretty well, namely one of our upgraded cards that's going to allow us to heal. So we're going to throw Rallying into our quick cut, and we're going to draw for our monster, and we get a basic attack. So both of our attacks are going to occur at the exact same time. The quick swipe from the Scourge Beast is going to deal 2 points of damage, and we are going to deal 2 points back. Surprisingly enough to make the kill, but what's more, we get our 2 health back. Now, while our hunter still has 2 cards left, our weapon's pretty full, and I don't think we're in the best position to head into what I assume is going to be the final encounter. So I think we're going to take our hunter back to the hunter's dream. Oh, wait, before we do that though, let's actually get the rewards for completing the mission. Surviving the night, we distribute 1 consumable and 1 Kirill Rune, the Claw Mark, reward amongst the hunters. Here we get some Quicksilver bullets, which we can use to refresh our firearm, and the Claw Mark Rune gives us an ability on attack, replace your stat card's effect with +1 damage and stagger. That's kinda cool. And because it works so well with the Saw Cleaver Hunter, we're going to give them the rune, well, and the consumable as well. That done, we're off to the hunter's dream. We cash in our newly gained Blood Echo, and I'm thinking we grab another defensive one. Oh, yeah. Poise, that'll be a good one. We replace, and on we go, but here's where things start to get a little bit tight. We went to the hunter's dream, so we have to push the mark up 1, but now it's also the end of the round, so we have to push it up again. Not good at all. Better make sure our hunters are prepped, because they're both coming back from the hunter's dream now. Hopefully ready enough to take on whatever the long hunt has in store for them. We're going to have both our hunters return to the central lamp. Now, it is required for us to end a move on the central lamp tile. This doesn't quite count as a move, I don't think. So I think we're going to have to discard a card to make this work. Going with our starting hand, I'm going to spend a movement with our Claw Hunter. So we're going to discard one of their cards, unfortunately, to go 1, 2, so that we can initiate this last mission. End a move on the central lamp tile after you've collected at least 2 insight. Reveal card 2. Off we go. All right, we're going to reveal card 3, but firstly we're going to surround the central lamp tile with fog gates, as is tradition, and we're going to spawn 1 Scourge Beast on its main space. It of course respawns if it needs to respawn, and we're finally given our end of chapter objective. Complete the hunt by slaying this Scourge Beast. Hey, what's another Scourge Beast to slaughter? Ooh, it is going to get player number insights. on this card, so we're going to have to kill him 3 times before we can declare a win. That is going to be hard. And not only that, it has a new ability. Scourge Beast makes 1 quick swipe attack, cannot be staggered, deals +1 damage, and gains stagger and stun. I don't like this at all. We move our fog gates around, add in our Scourge Beast. Let's see how we go. Continuing our turn with the Saw Cleaver Hunter. We're going to go for our first kill. Rallying gives us +1 damage for our heavy carve, which will bring it up to 4. That's enough for a kill, and then we can heal up if this attack does any damage. It's a basic attack, and we could use it to flip over our hunter's pistol, but I think we cop the damage, heal up, and save our pistol for a rainier day. We cop 2 damage, heal 2, we do get the 4, and remove our first insight token. Now, I'm not going to use our card for an attack now. I'm going to call our turn there because the Scourge Beast is now going to have an attack back. So I'm going to go ahead and use my attack here to go for the quick cut, hoping to get a stagger in here. We're going to cop a basic attack. We're probably not going to see one come around again, so we'll flip the hunter's pistol to stagger, and we do our 1 damage to the beast. Onto Ludwig's turn, straight into the attack. Now we only need to deal 3 points of damage here. We didn't do too well with our draw here, so I'm thinking we're going to need to go all out on the overhead slams. We're going to go ahead and play our basic dodge so we can get that clear slot from the attack. Let's see how the monster responds. Pull the deck, draw a card, and we have its basic attack. Fantastic, because we can use Evelyn to stagger. We resolve our attack, dealing 4 damage and clearing the slot, enough to take off its next life. 1 more shot, I think we've got it. I'm going to throw in this basic attack here, keeping free our dodge card. We flip over the next card and we have another basic. All 3 in a row. So this is a super fast attack, would do 2 damage, but we're going to make this one unscathed. We're going to go ahead and use our card here as its dodge card, placing it in the combo slash slot, allowing us to prevent all damage. We now resolve our overhead slam. Prey slaughtered. The pack alpha has been slain. We distribute the Bloodstone Shard and the Carol Rune Moon amongst the hunters. Fantastic. The Bloodstone Shard increases damage dealt in specific slots on the weapon, and the Moon Rune allows the player to keep 1 blood echo when they are killed. Oh boy, that was crazy. How cool was that? The game totally ramps up if you spend enough time in it. I could see myself rushing through, not getting all of the, the upgrades and stuff like that, and it'd be over a lot quicker. But that is not what Bloodborne is about. No way. It's about exploring. It's about putting yourself in potentially pretty dangerous situations and scraping by the skin of your teeth. And I feel like we've done that very well today. First half done and dusted. Our characters are slightly upgraded to progress. The rest of this scenario has in store for us. And I hope you are too. So if you are, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and do all the things that you guys can do to help this channel grow. Besides that though, we are all done. So as always, my name's Michael. This is Bits Aboard. We'll catch you next time.